Cool. So upper limb, yeah, facing up. We turn the client. We drape them. They are comfortable. Now we can start practicing. Just one thing before, I just want to comment that this table is very low for me. Do you see it?
Yes.
However, I always try to convince you that working with lower table is better. So I will need to use my body. I need to use my legs a lot more to be able to work with such a low table. So it's a challenge, yeah? Okay. So first of all, before you start, you need a chair for that, because we're going to do some of the technique sitting. Have we done some technique sitting? Not yet, okay. So for example, if you feel tired and you want to do some hold into the arm, you can just do that. You can put one hand on the shoulder. It might be kind of initiating sequence to start. Now, it depends on the time and your intention. It might not be possible to do hold for everybody, new areas that you work in. So you might want to keep it in mind. Then after that, you're ready for the treatment. So you bring the arm up and then nicely putting the arms around it. Yeah? Let's take some oil. Now, one of the problems that the arm has, that the leg don't have, is that it's quite wobbly. Yeah? The legs are a lot heavier and it's easier to stabilize. But if I start massaging, you see what happened? Yeah? So you do need to take this into account. Before I start, can I have another towel, please? Someone can bring another towel. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. So what I'm going to do is, while I'm doing it, I'm going to drape the neck. Lift your neck. Thank you. Actually, I'm going to create a cushion from the towel. Why towel? Some people would really need cushion. It all depends on the amount of kyphosis they have. If they have a lot of kyphosis, they need a lot more cushions, maybe 2 cushions. Yeah? So you need to see whether they are comfortable. Are you comfortable with or without?
With.
With, okay, so I'm leaving it, okay? Now I can start working. Why? I want the neck muscles to relax. So if I do the arm, I want them to relax while I'm doing it. Okay, some oil. Good. Starting the Effleurage. So you see what I'm doing is holding the palm and massaging with the other hand. And you can swap it. Either swapping it or one hand stabilize and the other hand massaging. Do you know where I would like this stroke to end? Where do you want it to end?
The neck.
Where in the neck? In the top of the neck. So do you see I'm turning her head and really stretching it a little bit. Yeah? It's a nice long line that you go all the way in. Here in the arm, in the forearms, and the arms, I can do full contact, shoulder, and go all the way. Let's talk about body position. Look at the amount of lowering that I need. I need even to just take the trousers and change, so then I can really go down. Good. So that's the Effleurage. You can change a little bit and turn this. Who knows how this position called? It's the front. Is the supination. Supine. Yeah. So the position is supination. Sorry, the movement is supination and the position is supine. So she's in supine and her forearms in the supine position now. And then you can do the same in the front surface. So So this is the back surface, that's the front surface. Okay? Then you can start working more specific on the forearm. For that I'm going to take a chair. And I can have one hand holding and one hand doing the pétrissage. So clumping. I'm using the fingers on that side, the thumbs on the opposite side, and together I'm like stripping the muscles down. How's the pressure?
Good.
Yeah? Okay. Who do you think would be benefit from this technique?
Writers.
Sorry?
Somebody that writes a lot.
Right.
Piano.
People in the office.
Piano.
Tennis.
Office workers. Tennis
Nurses.
players.
Waiters.
Nurses.
Sorry?
Waiters.
Waitress? Yeah. Massage therapist? So quite a lot of us working on that. So what I would like you to quickly to palpate and see that you have here in the forearm, you have front muscles, you have back muscles. Yeah? So these are the two groups. So you can do it sitting. When you do sitting, this is sitting, this is slouching. Yeah? So this is sitting when kind of one leg forward, one leg a little bit behind, and I'm still doing the same thing that I would do like standing. Yeah? You can do it this way. If you want, you can do it standing. You will have to just come above. Too much? Okay, so I need to... I have two choices here. Either to ease off or to slow down. Because I might did not such a strong pressure, but I might do it too fast. And that caused the pain. Okay? Now, let's say there is a problem here. What do you think I was going to do next?
Compression.
Compression. I can sit. Is it tight? Tender? Okay. I put really minimal force there. So there is an issue in this muscle.
Just got a scar there as well, look.
So I do very little. How much is it? 0 to 10? Is it
8.
8? Okay.
Wow.
I'll ease off. You know, it surprised me. You know, it surprised me. Okay. So that would be a compression you do into this area. And other things you can do is quite the opposite. You can do, we will learn this technique later, but it's quite good onto the forearms to just really oscillate these muscles.
We did that on the calf as well.
Oh, we did it?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So very nice to do. You can move it a little bit. Yeah. You can do some stripping with the knuckles. I know it's going to be quite tender for her, so you know where? Here, roughly in this area, because that's what the problem. That now is like a tank to go over a flower, which means it's too big. The relationship between her muscles and my application, do I need really that? Fingers are enough. So someone asked before, how do you know which application to use? Are you going to use the same? For small area, fingers. For bigger area, then. For bigger muscles, you just use the elbow or forearms, yeah? So here is a small. If I have really someone strong that I can do stripping with it, I'll use it. But now I don't need. Really fingers, way enough, yeah? So then I can do biceps. I can put the hand here or here, but just be sure that they're bending that the hand is still bendy. You can do it in either leaving their hand here or stabilizing. So just be sure that they're not locking the elbow. That's what I wanted to say. You can do it this way or the other hand. What I need to be careful is that on the medial side of the arm there are a lot of arteries and nerves. So don't go right in here. Go a little bit above it, yeah? You can do it this way. Another nice way, but we need to swap with the camera, keep going around, is to do it from here, this way. And now, which muscle I'm working here? Tricep. So how do I do that? I put my arm near their elbow and then fix it onto my body on the side, and then I can do it nicely. So I use mostly that area as a contact. Of course you can use your thumbs, but you have to start be really careful, yeah? Because again, it's a sensitive area and you don't want to do too much. You can use stripping. Okay. And you can do it this way as well, if they're not comfortable. Coming up to the deltoid. And then going up to the neck. When I do the neck, I'll show you a few techniques standing and few techniques sitting. So first of all, you need to create space underneath the neck. So the best way to do is to just take the towel or pillow, so then you have a space underneath. Do you see how nice? It's a nice area to just take your hands that way. Yeah? Okay. Then, you can take this hand underneath. Then you are taking the towel down a little bit. Can I take this down? Yeah? Good. So you're taking the bra strap this way. Okay? Then we do Effleurage. The Effleurage is very similar to what have we done before. Remember the diamond Effleurage? Yeah, remember the diamond Effleurage? So it's quite similar from this point. Yeah, you're taking your hands up to here, but literally just on the top of the clavicle, this area. You're turning it, and then you're bringing them up, and all the way up to the neck. So again, down here. So you actually bend your knees, and because of that, your head's going to the side. You're turning it. Now, after you're turning it, I can't put all my hand. I need to really do this. Then the fingers, because there is no space in here. Okay, so this is one. The second one is to just do one at a time. Effleurage this way or the other way down. So relatively lots of body movement. Good. Bring it back. Part of what I see some students is they do wonderful work around the neck, and it feels really nice, and then they just wham the neck to the other side. So part of the treatment is the turn, really slow, And what I would like to do, and we do it, I think, in 2 massage days, is really to work on a relaxation technique, is that put a little bit of pressure on the head and slowly turning it. Yeah? And then work onto the other side. Right. And it's time, really time for you to enjoy it, because no one else will. No one else will be in your body to do that. So really try to really find a nice way of moving. That's Effleurage. Petrissage. I will start with something quite nice and comfortable. You're sitting. You need to find an easy position of sitting that you're taking support from the table. It does not work, it would not work if you want to lift your everything up, because you're quite down. There is a kind of a seesaw, you see? Whatever I put down goes up in there, and it will help you in few of the technique. So I use quite a lot of support from the table to be able to lift force into the muscles. I don't do it there. It's tremendously hard. A seesaw, when something goes down, my elbow go down and my fingers goes up, it's 5-fold easier to do it. Okay, technique-wise, petrissage. Yeah, you can do the same as what Alison showed you. Finger petrissage into here, onto the upper trapezius. Yeah. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is simply, because I want to go in here, but I know that there is a position that is easier to do it. What I'm doing is basically dragging the chair, okay, and then one hand support the head, but again I'm kind of really low. It's like really being drunk on a pub a little bit. Yeah? And the other hand, I'm resting on the head. And all I do really is massaging the erector spinae of the neck. So for me, it's tremendously easy. I don't lift anything. Now, because it's easy, it means that it's comfortable for me. The quality of the movement is simpler, easier. I go into the upper trapezius, I go into the occipital area, and if I find a tender area, from compression, from petrissage, this is petrissage, that is compression. So basically you stay on the same spot and easing off. Okay? Right. I continue working on the trapezius muscle. So again, support on the table. My other hand really put me in. So there is a tendency of working on the top of the trapezius. Try to work also on the back of it. Yeah? You find tension, compression. And easing off. Okay? One thing I wanted to show you is more Knuckle Works. So you can do it and yes. So you need to come to about here. Maybe the camera can come from here, yeah? And then it's quite a it can be considered as petrissage or compression. What's the main difference between petrissage and compression?
How much movement?
Yeah, exactly. So compression does not move, it's more specific, it's a smaller area, yeah? So you start by having that part of the knuckles getting into here, and then you're just moving along the line. Sorry? I felt that it's too much. Was it too much?
Yeah.
A little bit, okay. How? Did anyone picked it up? She moved a little bit and she tensed her muscles. So you have to, if you're not relaxed, you're not getting all this feedback coming from it, yeah? So if it's too much, maybe I'll roll the head a little bit backward. So if it's tense, you can keep it. Or change into finger.
Can you do this from a sitting position as well?
Absolutely, yeah. So for those of you who have issues with standing for a whole hour, and who doesn't really like sitting, it refreshes you, it loads more different muscles. Your legs now are free. But still move. Don't just do that. Yeah? But still initiate your body. Otherwise your hands will get too tired. Good. Just to stop, just to finish, a nice way to finish is really cradle both hands underneath the neck. Like you're feeling like you're holding all the head with your hands. Later on, we'll learn you can do some stretches, but today just hold it this way. Okay, so quite a lot. Do the turn first, and after that we'll come and help you, remind you a whole arm, starting then breaking into the forearms, arms, and then the neck and shoulder. Okay?
Would you not do the hand when you were doing the arm?
You can close.